We start in Vatican City, where the trial of a former senior leader of the Catholic Church for financial crimes has just begun. Proceedings will be held in the Vatican Museums after a 2-year investigation over a botched London property deal that led to millions of dollars in losses. It's part of Pope Francis's crackdown on corruption and his pledge to make the institution's historically opaque finances more transparent. Paolo Montecillo reports.
Thou shalt not lie, and thou shalt not steal. 2 of 10 commandments written in stone by God himself, or so the story goes. Now the Vatican is holding a trial to determine whether these ancient laws were broken by a senior leader of the Catholic Church, together with several associates.
It's the first time that in the Vatican itself takes the lid off the pot, from the inside, not from the outside. From outside, it happened many times. They told us, look, and we, with great shame.
The alleged financial crimes were uncovered by Vatican investigators in 2018. It concerns a $413 million investment in a luxury building in one of London's wealthiest neighborhoods in 2013. The Vatican has accused 2 Italian investment brokers, Raffaele Mincione and Gianluigi Torzi, of mismanaging the money that came from church donations. Angelo Beccio, the high-ranking cardinal who approved the deal, was also charged with embezzlement, abuse of office, and witness tampering. He's the first cardinal to face criminal charges in the Vatican's modern history. Beccio resigned in September at the Pope's request over a separate accusation of nepotism. He's reported to have funneled a $118,000 donation to a charity run by his brother.
It was a strong move. Pope Francis, with his iron fist against Cardinal Beccio, wanted to show that there are no sanctuaries, there are no empires that cannot be touched.
The accused have all denied wrongdoing. But Pope Francis has said it's clear there was something wrong with how the money was handled.
There's corruption, evidently. With the searches, we'll see if they're guilty or not. It's something bad. It's not nice that this happens in the Vatican.
In a rare disclosure, the Vatican last year said it had $4.7 billion in assets. With the trial, it hopes to show the world's 1 billion Catholics that it intends to take care of every cent. Paolo Montecillo, TRT World.
Alessandro Speciale is Bloomberg News' bureau chief in Rome and a former Vatican correspondent. He tells us about the significance of the trial and what it means for Pope Francis's efforts to clean up the Vatican's finances.
Well, this is a really unprecedented step for the Vatican, not only because for the first time a cardinal, a person who was expected to elect the next pope and was even considered a candidate, a potential candidate for the next pope, is on trial, but also because of the accusations against him. Extortion, fraud, and a long list of other financial misconduct. This means that Pope Francis and the prosecutor working for him, they have decided to go full in this case and not just try to sweep the problems under the rug. They could have, for example, just accused him of abuse of office, quietly put him to the side, but instead they're going for a big trial to try really to send a message to everyone who is trying to misuse church funds all over the world. If he's found guilty, he risks going to jail. That's for sure, though probably the sentence will be suspended as it is, so he won't have the full sentence. But of course, if he is proved guilty, he is innocent until proved guilty. The trial could last long. The Vatican crime law system works just as the Italian one. The Italian tribunals are notoriously very slow. A trial like this could take up to 3 years, for example, and there is an effort also in Italy to speed up the trial. There is a huge amount of evidence to review, hundreds and hundreds of pages of complex financial documents, dozens, if not more, of witnesses to be called. So for sure, this won't be a very fast trial. He has been saying all along that he is innocent and they will be able to prove his innocence. And the same can be said of the other people in the trial, for example, the two heads of the Vatican Financial Oversight Authority who have also been indicted for this case. The first attempt to do this by Benedict XVI, Pope Francis' predecessor, didn't succeed. In fact, two of the people that Benedict charged with cleaning up the Vatican finances, Tommaso di Ruzza and René Brüller, the two heads of the Vatican Financial Oversight Authority, are indicted in the trial today. This means that the first attempts to sort of clean up the Vatican, bring transparency, and clear the way money was being used didn't work out. Why did this happen? That's because inside the Vatican there were many different pots of money, to be said. They were invisible to each other and had been used autonomously by a small office, by a cardinal, by a bishop for decades, even centuries maybe, without any oversight. Try to bring transparency and to clean up the use of all these pots of money as what has been trying to be done for the last few years for the Vatican, and it is now in the third leadership of the Vatican Financial Oversight trying to bring this to happen. And this might be really the time that it works if the trial will be successful.